Let's all play What's My Line? And now let's meet this week's What's My Line panel. First, our leadoff man, star of the World Series of Comedy, Soupy Sales.
Thank you, and thank you, Johnny Olson. And now it gives me a great pleasure to introduce you to a girl who is as talented and charming as she is short, Anita Gillette.
I think I gotta wear stilts or something, boy. Oh, well.
I'm on my knees now. You see how tall I am when I stand up?
Now I'd like to introduce you to a man who is just as talented as he is long, Gene Rayburn.
And now, I'd like to close the show.
You just did.
Now, I'd like you to meet a lady who appears to be on her way to a nunnery, but don't let looks deceive you, my friends. This is the chic Arlene Francis.
Thank you. And here's the prince of this harem, Wally Bruner.
All I want to know is if it's a harem, what am I doing on this side of the stage? Yeah. But thank you, Arlene, and welcome all to What's My Line. Anita, I never noticed that you were short before.
Thank you, Wally.
How tall are you?
I am 5 foot and 3/4 of an inch in my stocking feet, but with shoes.
You do pretty well.
I always wear shoes, usually, and I'm about 5'2" if I wear shoes.
And eyes
That
are blue.
ain't bad.
And on that note, I'll say we're reaching new heights on this program, and let's meet our first challenger. Will you enter and sign in, please? Joanne Coburn. And Joanne Coburn, where are you from?
Memphis, Tennessee.
All right, panel, when Joanne does what she does, people watch. But now let's show our audience just what her line is. May I remind you again, when she does her thing, a lot of people are watching, and we'll begin with Soupy Sales.
Thank you, Wally. Miss Coburn, what you do when people watch, does it have anything to do with anything in show business?
In a broad sense?
Very broad.
In a broad sense.
All right. When you do this, is it usually done outdoors?
Not necessarily, no.
But quite often.
Quite often.
Sometimes outdoors, sometimes indoors.
Indoors. Are you wearing something usually other than what you're wearing now, like a uniform of some kind?
Yes.
A uniform, Soupy?
You've been eating radishes? You're repeating
No,
everything
but
she's...
you mean like a police uniform or a fireman's uniform?
Or a majorette's uniform or something like that.
Well, let's say it could be costume-type uniform.
Costume type.
All right.
Yeah. Does it have anything to do with water?
No.
One down, Anita.
Okay. Oh, I'm sure everybody would watch when you do your thing. Anyway, this is it just, do both men and women enjoy watching what you do when you do it?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And do you use any kind of equipment when you do your whatever you do?
Yes.
Is it some kind of equipment that people would know? I mean, is it an ordinary kind of piece of equipment that you would
I
have
think they
around
would-
the house,
So,
for instance?
In the house?
Yes.
Not
No,
necessarily in
I
the
don't
house.
think in
no.
the house. Two down, Gene.
So there's equipment involved, eh?
Well, there's something involved.
Something is involved. This costume you wear, would it be correct to assume it's an antebellum costume?
No.
No.
An anti what?
Three down. Well,
How do I know what I'm talking about?
antebellum is pre-Civil
Old-fashioned.
War.
Yeah,
And,
well, she's a Southern belle. I thought she might have something to do.
well, we might say that I don't think we think of the costume as antebellum, but a similar costume was worn prior to the Civil War. Arlene.
Uh-huh.
Is whatever the equipment is it alive?
Sometimes yes and sometimes no.
Sometimes you shoot it.
No.
No. Is it
I would say we'd think of part of the equipment as being alive in the
part
broad
of the
sense.
equipment is alive? Is then part of the equipment animal?
Yes.
An animal of some kind?
Yes.
Is it a performing animal?
Yes.
To a degree.
Yes, to a degree, yes.
Well, do you...
It is a trained animal, if
do
not
you-
a performing one.
Do you train tigers or lions?
No.
4 down, Soupy.
Is what you train? Is it?
We didn't say she trained anything.
Oh, she didn't train anything.
uses an
She
animal
used an animal in her act. Is this animal a horse?
Yes.
Do you ever? Now we got to find out what you do with this horse.
We have to find out what she does.
All
What
right.
is her thing?
Are you a cowgirl?
That's it. But Mrs. Coburn is a professional trick rodeo rider and rope artist, and she has been appearing with the Madison Square Garden Championship Rodeo in New York. And one of the things that's difficult about equipment is because sometimes she performs with animals and sometimes without.
Yeah.
Yes, Soupy.
May I ask you a question, Miss
Yes.
Coburn? I know that they have the different shows throughout the country. Now you're a trick rider. Do you win money, or are you paid a salary for going in and doing that?
No, we are what you call contract acts in professional rodeo. This is RCA, Rodeo Cowboys Association, and we have a circuit and we know what shows we have contracted for a fee. We are
Yeah.
not contestants.
No, just what I wanted to know.
Right.
Thank you.
Have you ever been a contestant?
Not professionally, no.
I see. Well, how long have you been doing this, Joanne?
Well, literally since I was a small child, before I could walk, I learned to ride.
Wow.
Literally.
And you must have been brought up on a ranch or
I
something.
was raised in a northwestern Missouri ranch, a little town called Westboro.
I see. Well, are there many women in what I think of as a man's business?
It is definitely a man's world. I would imagine the ratio would be something like 1 to 100.
That's nice.
Yes, I bet you enjoy it. Well, I know that Joanne does, trick riding, but of course we can't ask her to do trick riding
That's
on the
right.
stage. But I do also know that she does trick roping. And maybe you could do some rope spinning for us. Would
I'd
you
love
mind?
to.
All right, Joanne, the stage is yours.
Well, thank you.
Very
Look at
nice.
this rope over here.
Soupy, come on up here.
I've got a rope for
Okay,
you.
hey, Joanne's offered to teach you a rope trick. Are you ready?
I certainly am.
Okay, Joanne, he's all yours.
Oh, dadgum.
Dadgum. Okay.
I'm going to get you to stand right there.
All right.
Just over just a little bit further.
All right.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this rope up over me.
Yeah.
And when I get it going, I want you to bend underneath it and come up with me, because what I'm going to do is hand you the rope.
Okay. Shut my cornbread. Okay.
Hold on, let me get
Okay.
started here a minute.
Ready? Whenever you're
Just
ready.
a second. Now,
Okay.
hold on a minute. Let me get it started. All right, now can you duck underneath?
Yes, sir.
All right, now do you see this boat?
Yeah?
Got it?
Wait a minute.
It's all yours.
Hey! That's what I say. It's great there. Are we doing it? How about that? Oh.
Hey, Gene, you try it, will you, please? Thank you, Sue. Okay, try it with Gene's glass.
All right.
Back, boy.
Oh, I see. It's right over here. Okay.
Now I'm going to do the same. I'm going to put it up.
Okay,
and then
honey.
you come under the...
You put it up, and I'm going to get in there with you. We're going to go down together, and I'm going to swing it around. Why, don't hit me with that rope.
You give me that.
You tell me when you want me to come in there, honey. You going to tell me? You talk to me,
Right
honey.
now.
Right now.
Fine.
Okay, here I come, honey. I'm coming up there, honey. I'm coming up there. I got her.
Very good.
She's mine. It's all mine.
Joanne, thank you very much.
Oh,
It's a
it's been
pleasure
a
to have you on.
pleasure. It's been wonderful.
Would you say goodbye to the panel?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
What's My Line will continue right after this word.
All What's My Line contestants receive a handsome set of bracelet, pendant, and earrings, Sarah Coventry jewelry, Wild Honey, amber stones in settings of golden elegance designed by Sarah Coventry, and the Carefree and other fashion first from Carousel, a marvelous wash and wear monocrylic tassel top stretch wig in 26 popular Carousel colors, and the Samsonite Classic Attaché Case, featuring a color-coordinated portfolio and exterior, light, strong magnesium frames, and scuff and stain-resistant cover from Samsonites. Wally?
Thank you, Johnny Olson. I've never seen two fellows more wrapped up in their work than Gene and Soupy.
You know that's very difficult. I had no idea it was that tough.
Standing there with your arms around a girl?
No, I mean making your
Oh,
thing
spinning the
so
rope.
Yeah,
I
well,
see.
you know why she's so good at that? Because she works at Saks during the Christmas wrapping presents. That's what she's.
Ah, very good.
No, she doesn't.
Okay, let's keep things moving. Will our next challenger enter and sign in, please? Patricia. Doherty. And Mrs. Doherty, where are you from?
Anaheim, California.
All right, panel, Patricia Doherty is the creator of a novelty item on the market. And now let's show the audience just what it is. So may I remind you, panel, it's a product you're after, and we'll begin with Arlene.
Thank you, Wally. Miss Doherty, is the product found in the home?
Yes, it is.
Is it used in one room more than other rooms?
No.
One down, Soupy.
Does it have any moving parts?
Yes.
Is it bigger than a bread box?
No.
Two down, Anita.
Is it used by both men and women?
Yes, it is.
Would it also be used by children?
Yes.
Is it something that is entertaining?
It could be.
A lot of people think so, but it does have
Does it have
another
a useful,
primary function.
more of a function? Is it a solid rather than a liquid?
Yes.
Does it come in contact with the body other than the hands?
Yes.
Is it something that you, would you use it to get clean?
No.
Three down, Gene.
Now, here we have something that has moving parts, comes in contact with the body other than the hands. It's solid rather than a liquid, and it's utilitarian.
As well as entertaining.
As well as entertaining, yes.
Congratulations. Have a nice weekend.
Now, what could this thing be? Does this have a functional purpose such as, I'm going to take a wild guess here based on what she said, does it have anything to do with telling time?
Yes, it could.
Are we talking about one of those goofy new watches with the face of Spiro Agnew? Or Richard?
That's it. That's right, Gene. Mrs. Doherty is the vice president of the Dirty Time Company, makers of the original Spiro Agnew watch. And, you know, the funny thing was, when Gene came in, he said, look at my new watch, the one that he is wearing.
Oh!
And it isn't a Spiro Agnew watch that you're wearing, is it?
No, it's a Richard Nixon watch.
Well, listen, let's start from the beginning. Mrs. Doherty, how did you get the idea for the watch?
Well, our oldest son came home from college at Christmas time with the campus joke, have you heard Mickey Mouse wears a Spiro Agnew watch? And the entire family just thought it was just great, and not, you know, thinking that we could ever do anything together like this, we decided to, as a family unit, do it and make the watch.
Well, what are the political implications of the watch?
Oh, there are none. We hope that's just a neutral, it was an idea that we tried to create, and we tried to keep it very neutral because I think that it is.
Have you heard from the Vice President?
Yes, we have.
Did you send him one or something?
Yes, we sent the Vice President the very first watch engraved, and we got back a very lovely letter from him saying that he thought the watch most attractive and clever.
Well, let's show everyone, if they haven't seen it, what it looks like. This is the watch, Patty. If we can get a close-up of the face there, Lloyd. There we are. I think we can get an even closer close-up. There it is, the Spiro Agnew watch. And, Miss, what is the price range of the watches?
$19.95 and $29.95.
Well, Mrs. Doherty, I'm surprised we didn't stump the panel and win the game, but nonetheless, we're delighted that you could join us today on
Thank
What's
you.
My Line. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Would you say goodbye to the panel, please? We'll be back to meet our mystery guest as What's My Line continues. And once again, it's that very special part of What's My Line panel. Are the blindfolds in place?
Yes,
Right,
sir.
so.
All right, mystery challenger, will you enter and sign in, please? All right, panel, you know it's one question at a time. I'll give you 2 minutes to try and establish our mystery guest's identity, and we'll begin with Anita Gillette.
Thank you, Wally. Sir or madam, are you best known for your work in the entertainment world?
Yes, I am.
Gene.
Is your field of endeavor primarily television?
Right now, yes.
Yes, right now?
Well, yes, I'm on the What's My Line.
Oh, at this particular moment. But ordinarily?
No.
Okay. Arlene?
Are you appearing in the theater?
Yes, I am.
Soupy?
What you're appearing in the theater, is it a musical?
Yes.
Anita?
Yes. I still haven't figured out if it's sir or madam. I'm trying did they say currently appearing?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it produced by David Merrick?
No.
Gene?
Well, let's see now. Is it produced by Hal Prince?
Yes.
Oh.
Arlene?
It's easy.
Well, it's got to be Larry Kert then.
It is!
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, Larry is the last of the 4, I think, stars of the show that have been on What's My Line.
Yes, we had
You had Elaine.
Barbara Barry, Elaine Stritch.
That's all.
History. I'm the third.
The third.
And Hal Prince we had.
Right.
3.
3 ladies and 1 man.
One little boy.
Little boy, yes.
Well, he's got that gorgeous tenor voice, you see. That's
I know.
why.
Yeah, sing
Get
for
way-
us.
You're marvelous in the show.
Thank you,
Isn't he
Gene.
great?
I thought it was so funny. If it hadn't been for Anita being on the show, I'd have used my own voice. Because they said, what voicing? I said, my own. Who knows my voice?
I
But
do.
you and Anita
But
worked
you-
together.
Yes, Anita and I did cabaret together.
Yes, we had a lovely time.
We sure did.
Weren't you in the original West Side Story, Larry?
Yes, I played Tony in West Side.
You know, it was interesting. I know that he has told the story before, particularly on Arlene's show, about when you got the call that, you know, you were taking over the lead in company.
Yeah, I was standing by originally for Dean Jones, who was doing the part in company. And I was at the Knicks-Laker playoff game at Madison Square Garden, the last game. And at 20 of 8, I was with Joanne Hillman, and she said, I was screaming my lungs out. And Willis Reed had just made 4 points. And she said, look, why don't you call in case you have to go on? Because I was talking like this. I had no voice. And so I usually called in at 8 o'clock, as we do in the theater. And if the star is there, you go about your business. So I called in at 20 of 8, and they said, where have you been? Dean is out. You're on. I said, I can't. I paid $12.50 for the seat. It's the Knicks Laker. I mean, I was torn for a minute. Anyway, and I hadn't shaved. I hadn't vocalized. So finally, I got to the theater, and I went on. And unfortunately for Dean, he got hepatitis. And fortunately for me, I took over.
Well, Larry, everyone raves about the performance of yours in company.
Well, it's wonderful to be working again.
Well, we're delighted that you could join us on What's My Line.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Larry
you.
Kert. Now, panel, it's time for honest answers to questions from the studio audience. From Beth Forchette of Midland, Texas, to Arlene.
Midland.
How come you New Yorkers talk so funny?
I guess it's because we're just born out of the state. Most of us.
There is an accent.
I'm from Boston.
There is an accent, though, peculiar to
A
you.
New York accent?
Yes, don't you think?
Yes, there is, but I didn't know as any of us on the panel had it.
You know, if you go to Texas, they spot us immediately, if any of us. All right, and from Howard Entwistle of Bar Harbor, Maine, to Jean. With pretty girls a dime a dozen round television, don't you ever get bored with them?
Next question, please.
And from Henrietta Babson of Utica, New York, to Anita Gillette. A lot of people in show business like to sleep in the morning. Do you?
Yes, I used to like to sleep in the morning till I
Thank you for your honest answer.
Nobody ever lets me finish.
That's it. I don't know how such a short girl can have such long answers, but see you again tomorrow, that is, on What's My Line.
This is Johnny Olson speaking for What's My Line, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Watching, you little rascals.
Oh, it's fun, isn't it?
And who subscribes to it?
Go on, push the button.
Think of the fun you could have on the tube.
The tube?
You. Tube.
TV tubes. That's a lot of fun, isn't it?
It's going to be a lot more fun
if you keep going the way you're going.
Go on, push the button.
Please